What is going on, guys? Welcome to a new episode of Crossout. We got some interesting games for you today. As you can see, the first setup that we are facing today is like 3 HELIOS spiders and a Typhoon spider, so that was kind of scary. For the first match here, we basically just pushing up on them because they were camping their base, so we decided just to push. We have a setup that is like decent for pushing if we're facing the correct enemies, so we figured just doing so. And besides, Daddy Dave has asked for some pushing like videos, so yeah, here you go, my friend. He's a patron after all, so if he has a wish, I'll try to grant that wish as good as I can. Also, like, this is pretty much just a montage or montage or whatever it's called of me missing a shit ton of my shots. Like, I literally had to cut down some of the video and just fast forward it because there's literally just a bunch of missing and nothing else. But I tell the guys here just to keep on pushing the left side so that I can flank up on right side, and we actually get this flank going pretty well. I get behind them, which is nice. These HELIOS spiders, like, one shot to the rear armor and then the next shot should usually degun them, and it also works pretty well. If I didn't miss like half of my shots again, as I said. As you can see, missing. Finally, one decent hit there on one of them. Just waiting for his shield to go down right now. When we're not really focusing him like that hard, I don't want to waste my shots on only removing his shield. If my team was hard focusing that one guy, I would have like shot him instantly just to get his shield down. But since they aren't, we're just waiting for him to have his shield go down. They are actually shredding through us quite hard, and harder than I also expected. Like, our focus wasn't too good here in the first game. We really just messed up a lot, and I messed up a bunch in this game, as you will also see later. Landed a pretty nice hit there on their cannon, but he got me good as well, which was a bit annoying. And then I shot Doom because I freaking, like, his nameplate didn't come up, so I thought it was their spider. I forgot to use my minimap, which was just another mistake that I made. Got a pretty good hit on him there, and also a very nice juke just afterwards, which was pretty cool. They start falling back, and they have one cabin in base, so we told Rue to go up there and handle it, but he was degunned, and I didn't realize that, so really bad call by me there, not sending him up. And here you go, watch some misses. There we go, one miss, another miss. Finally actually hit a shot. Then I get cap can. I go in again because their cannon play is burning. Boom, another miss. Really well played. Actually managed to land a hit on that dude. Get cap canned again because my map awareness is so shit this game for some reason. And bam, one more miss. That guy only has one HELIOS left, so I really wanted to disregard him, but the cannon player retracts because he's burning, so I actually finally land that degun, which should have been landed like a minute and a half ago. And yeah, I don't really know what to say about this round. A part of me wants to forget it, but yeah, you guys have also been asking for videos, like not just 10 out of 10 videos, but also where we actually don't do as good. What we should have done different here was just to focus more on the degun guys who went for cap. Like, we shouldn't have bothered about ending. My plan was that we could have just killed, like, we should have just killed everybody. So I didn't want to bother about the points. But Doom was getting kited around in cap, and I didn't expect that. So I was honestly just thinking that we could kill them. But since I took 6 or 7 shots that didn't hit anything, I was kind of just messed up. So time runs out. And yeah, nothing much to say. We lose that first round. Moving on to the second round, though, they actually decide to camp in their base once more. I've never seen players act this defensively. The only time that we stay this far back is when we face like full dog teams, because we know that they're gonna come for us in a second anyway. Utilizing that high mounted gun there super nicely, getting one hit in on the dude who pushed up. We actually, like, we have a pretty nice fight here in the second round. I land some pretty goddamn deadly degunning hits in this one. I don't think I miss many shots in this round besides those two. As I fucking say that, I miss both shots on the Capcan. But we don't mind too much about it. Wanting to just like get a hit in there on the Typhoon player sitting in there, but sadly my big fat nose bumps into Axilla. So I couldn't hit him, but we just go back to the base. We're trying to force the Helios here to rotate so that we constantly can be on the side, like the side where they aren't looking. We're trying to have them fall back a bit here. Landing a ton of good shots, and like I'm trying to get the dudes to push into the Typhoon guy just to make sure that the Helios will also rotate right side, their right, because if they rotate to their right side, they actually give me a window to push in once more, which I also somewhat get here. I landed a pretty decent hit on him. Still no degunning though. I'm just looking to get hits in those guns. That's really all I'm trying to do. The Spider there exposes himself, so he gets a big hit as well. And now we try to put some pressure onto the Typhoon Spider here in just a second, or at least I tell the guys to do so. As you can see, Doom is slowly pushing up, meaning that the Helios players there will rotate a bit to their right side, our left side, in order to go for Doom, and that allows me to push in deeper on them, which is where we want to go. And as you can see, we get in there. I land a super deadly hit there. I think I took off 2 of his guns in that shot, which was super nice. And here they come back, and we're in it pretty deep now, so we can actually fight these guys. And we isolated these 3 guys, so the cannon player can't help. And another really good hit. I think I took 2 guns from him as well. And finally, one more really good hit over there. So all of them lost pretty much all of their guns. And then the final hit to degun all of the Helios. So a much better second round here. It's just the cannon player left now. And like he took some pretty big hits already. 250 cabin damage, as you can see, he's burning. So that, yeah, kind of just sums up the second round. So, straight into the third round. The third round is, again, much more interesting than the second round was. Like, this was a pretty close match. The thoughts behind the plays that we do is that we want to kite around the Helios Spiders for as long as possible. Because we can keep them at range for a long time as long as we just keep on rotating. They have to fully expose themselves, where we can just, you know, burst them out, like just briefly peek and then shoot at them. And they have to only go in whenever they have their shields up if they want to make the most of what they're doing. And that's really where our advantage lies. So I tell the dudes to do the same thing again, put some pressure on that left side so that I can flank around right side. And it, for some reason, just works perfectly. They fell for the same trick twice. Don't know why they did, but they did. And I am a bit more persistent in my shots this time, let's just put it that way, compared to what I was before, which is super dope. Actually, super nice to finally land some hits. A lot of good damage on those dudes. We're just keeping that degunning going. They are, like I said, you want to just kite these guys around, so the boys are just trying to retract at this point because the Helios are dealing a ton of damage to them. That's really what Helios can do, and especially versus Spiders. They start rotating to the other side, so I just slowly move over there, trying to stay behind, trying to see if I can actually get them to focus me, you know, so I can drag them onto me, which works out surprisingly well here. They they have 3 guys who switch focus to me. So I can just kite them around because I'm much faster than the Spiders. Another nice gun hit there. But I'm much faster than all of the Spiders, so I can kite them around for a long time. So the more focus that I can actually take, the better it is. This time we learned from our mistake. One is degun, so he went cabin. So I actually called out for Axilla to break off and go protect our cap instead of being with us. So he does that, and as you can see, we already fixed the cap, which was our biggest issue before. We me and Rue here is like laying out a ton of damage onto those dudes. We get some really good hits in on the Cannon Spider, really wearing him down. And again, as you can see, it's so easy for me to rotate and stay safe. pretty much just stay safe from all of the incoming fire that is from those Helios. So it's really nice kiting around. If you're a hover, the Helios spiders should be a pretty easy target for you. And that Helios spider got himself degunned with those shots that we dealt to him. So it's just the cannon spider left now. That is the biggest threat for us right now. I'm trying to clear out those Capcans for Roo so that he can get to safety. And we're just trying our best right now to wear them down so they won't go cabin. We still have Axilla coming up, so he's gonna handle the last guy who actually broke away, and then we're trying to deal with the cannon spider, which we did. And there's just one dude left. So like 3 really great rounds and some awesome games on our side, and it also shows like everybody got really high points and all that stuff, so everyone just did great. The second game coming up here is versus DNAP. You didn't get to see their setup, but basically they have cannon spiders and they have Helios hovers. And the Helios hovers in this situation, I think, was our most like dangerous enemy that we faced. They here for the first round they split up a bit, which we try to utilize to the best of our ability. We like to just push up to the first cover, mostly when we play this map, you know, just up to this rock where we have an overlook of both sides, and usually if a team applies pressure on one side, we try to just hard push aside if they actually split up. That way we can help out each other the best and just land a lot of damage on them. I get stuck there on the rock, which is a bit annoying, so I actually eat a lot of shots. Luckily though, like this spider can just this hover can tank damage for days. So it wasn't the biggest issue that I got those hits in. I would have been without it, but it is what it is. And luckily though, Sultan actually starts to go for me, and I'm able to drag him away from the fight when I also have the high ground still. So I'm taking him out of the fight while I can still back up my team. Okay, as you can see, I got a nice hit on that hover over there. He's still looking to get that shot on me, so now he's turning away from me and going to my team. So I call that out, and then I just rush to get to him to help them deal with him. So we took down one of the Helios hovers, so they actually just have 2 cannon spiders left and 1 Helios hover now. And the execution, everybody did so good here. We take Sultan pretty much down. On taking is dealing with that Helios hover. And finally, their other cannon player down here, Ding, is burning. So I look for him, and bam, he's dead. And Sultan died as well. So it's just the Helios hover left up here. He's degunned though, so that's pretty much a wrap for the first round. A really nice round where everybody just did what they were supposed to do. We pinched hard on them on one side when they decided to split up, and that just paid out just like we were hoping. For the second game here, this the second round was also super nice. Just starting out by pushing up, you have the ability to, if the enemy team is like spiders that can hurt you a lot, then as a hover I just want to push up there, just get in there and deal some damage. That's really all there is to it. It's not that hard. So we're just trying to trade off with them. We're pretty equal in firepower and long range firepower. We actually have a tiny advantage as both aspects has a longer range than Helios, and we also have the Rebus. The Rebus has pretty much infinite range, so we can trade with them, okay. And you can bully so much on hovers. Your strafing power is so good for just taking shots and then getting back into cover whenever you don't miss your shots. That is that's a pretty important thing to remember. If you want to trade, don't miss your shots. So you come to the wrong fucking person to watch videos if you think that I'm gonna sit here and not miss my shots. I will. But we're pushing up a bit here just because we wanna apply a bit of pressure to them, and I had the cloak up there. The annoying thing though is that when you cloak, you actually can't see where your Oculus is pointing. You get that big fat circle on the map, but it's hard to navigate through. At least for me it is. But land a good like prediction there on Ding, so he gets a lot of damage. We have worn them down quite a lot here already. I think I can say that much without saying anything that's not correct. See that Helios pushing up, so I just want to go help Doom and see if I can actually do anything about him. But as per usual, you know, I'm a man of my word. I miss my shots. I'm never gonna stop doing so. So I just fall a bit like back a bit because we actually gave him that high ground, which is okay. It's not a bad thing to give him that high ground. You just have to rotate accordingly. I make up for it though there on the second shot, like pretty solid structure damage and some solid cabin damage as well. I'm just hoping to get in the shot on him. I can't really find him, so I decide to just push up a bit. I'm a hover, so I can easily retreat back if he actually like becomes a threat. But I find him there and land a decent shot on him. That crippled him quite a bit. As you can see, he's not in a very good shape anymore. Land another good hit on him. For some reason though, he just doesn't want to go down, which is actually super annoying. I was hoping to just finish him off, but I trade that for a lovely hit on Ding once again. That really messed him up, and then finally I can take him down in the third shot. That Helios hover. So it's now like a 3 versus 3. Time is running out, so basically the boys are just told to just hide. Like, just get out of there, just hide. If we can hide it out, it would be super dope. Nevertheless, I know they are thirsty to finish off those two burning boys. So we just utilize that because we know that they want to come close. And if they come close, they are gonna look. They're not even looking for me because they just want to finish Doom and Axilla. So knowing this, I can go for some damage. I was hoping to get that high ground. I didn't though, which was a good thing because they actually pushed through the other side and Ding gets beaten up again, and it's just the last guy left, and they actually both decide to suicide. So that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this as always, and there's a follow good button down below. Please hit that, and until next time, have a good one. Bye.